I came from Charlotte, North Carolina, where it's skyscrapers and concrete and lots of bankers and lawyers and accountants. And it just wasn't me.
I was interested in moving to the state of Vermont, so I started sending my resume to places that were relatively close to where I grew up.
I moved from Boston to Killington in 2012. It's always been a great place to go back and visit, but doesn't have enough for me as far as growing up and getting older. I had my amazing fun times in my mid to late 20s.
I think there's a huge drive for work-life balance in today's youth movement, and for me, that was super important.
I do hear a lot of comments that guests make as they depart. Some of the feedback is that it's the middle of nowhere. A lot of these people are coming from Boston or New York City. Accessibility to things right at their fingertips is what they usually get most upset about. Not having cell phone service, not having pizza delivered. I personally don't find that as a negative. I think that's what makes Vermont unique and special, and that it's not like living in a city. You are living in the woods, in the mountains.
I always go to Killington. I always go back to, Rutland County. Killington does offer a lot in the winter.
I went to my first Rutland Young Professional event in November. By December, I was on a trivia team with other Rutland Young Professionals members, and some of those people are some of my closest friends up here. The food in Rutland is amazing.
Some of my favorite restaurants would have to be Table 24 and Roots.
There's always something different to try.
Tokyo House.
They're very farm to table oriented.
The co-op's really nice, the bakery as well.
I still think about the lamb chops at Little Harry's and the green curry mussels. Those were amazing too.
I know how much the annual income is for somebody my age here in Saratoga, and I have good friends up there and they're happy with their lives and they're not making that much. It's one of those things that if you're not growing, you're dying kind of thing. And if I am hitting the ceiling, the salary that's barely going to raise in the next 5-10 years, then I don't see a reason to stay there.
I really wanted to be in the mountains, near boulders and trees and lakes and ponds, and just a more relaxed atmosphere and a slower paced lifestyle.
I do see myself staying in the area. One of my goals in my personal life was to live in Vermont and to own a farmhouse and live on a nice piece of land, remote from people, while still living in a tight-knit little community.